An insurance and financial services company in South Springfield, and 20 years is our anniversary next year. The company has evolved into what it is today, which was a vision of having a one-stop shop.
You hire the best of the best.
Yes, we do. Everybody here to me is family.
Our guiding principles are:
be kind,
speak honestly,
make it simple,
act fairly,
put people over profits. Simple solutions.
Good morning, Rogersville. Welcome again to Dollars and Cents. It's a beautiful day in the Ozarks today.
Boy, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice. You know, people are sliding around and driving nice and slow. So far, everybody's driving nice and friendly this morning. And
Only one car off the road.
Is that all you saw when you? Because you came from Springfield way.
Yep, it's a guy coming from Springfield, got a little careless.
It happens.
About 360s. One, two,
Did you see it?
Three, yeah. Right
Oh,
off.
wow.
And so he was just a little bit overzealous to get home from that third shift.
Yeah, I guess so. Well,
Probably.
coming from Fordland way, I didn't see anybody off the road. Yeah. So, but it is a little slick out there. So if you do have to get out and about today, be real careful when you do that, and drive slow and drive friendly. Not everybody, you know.
Yeah, what do they say? Be kind.
Be kind.
Be kind.
Be kind and stay in the right lane. Except when passing. So that's good.
Hey, that's a great concept.
Yeah, isn't it? Yep, I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
So let's talk a little bit about a topic that I think people have questioned about this. I get the questions, you get the questions, so let's answer them. Social Security, so, particularly disability, because that's something I think a lot of people aren't aware of as part of their Social Security.
February the 1st, 2022, yesterday.
Yesterday, yes.
First day we got our new department up and running, Social Security Disability Specialist at the Resource Center.
Yep.
Roy Rickstrew is now our Social Security representative that will represent you in trying to determine your eligibility for disability. And you and I, you know, we've dealt with this a lot. I know in the legal field, attorneys deal with that a lot.
Sure.
Now we, independently, now we can offer that service to people. And what you got to understand, you know, people think, well, gosh, I'm disabled. I'm going to go apply for my benefit. But 70% of people that apply for Social Security disability get denied. Mm-hmm. And then there's a process and this, that, and the other. And so there's certain things that kind of pop up all the time. The kind of the five most, best reasons why people are denied for Social Security. And we're going to be periodically talking about this because, you know, millions of people apply for Social Security and get denied and give up when they're deserving of it.
Right. And they just need to go one more step with probably a professional.
That's right. And it's understanding that there are ways to go through the appeal and possibly even the hearing process to get your approval.
Well, and those approvals after hearing, after denial, are actually fairly significant. I mean, most people actually win those appeals, is my understanding. I've never handled one in my life. But
that's exactly right. 13.8% of people that appeal get approved. If they go to a hearing process, 62% get approved once they get through a hearing process. Yeah, so then there's two other levels. You know, if you get denied at the hearing, now you've been denied 3 times. Don't give up. We won't give up on your behalf. We will make sure we have the ducks in a row, and we will go to the hearing council. And in the hearing council, that's the 4th step. 13% normally get approved, and then if need be, it goes all the way to a federal case.
Yeah,
and
right.
You know, once it gets to a federal case, 40% of cases that go into the federal appeal process, they get or hearing process, they get approved. And so, you know, it's having the knowledge of what's it going to take to get my disability eligible. You know, what's it going to take to get me approved?
Sure, because you have to have evidence.
That's right. So here's number one reason Social Security disability is denied is lack of medical evidence. Right?
Right.
Now, how many people have went for an annual checkup and I'll have to admit, I just did mine about a month ago.
Yeah, me too.
And it took about 12 minutes. And he goes, "How you feeling?" I went, "Great." He said, "Any issues?" I said, "Nope, feeling pretty good. Had a little cold." He said, "All right." And you could tell he's filling this little form out, or on his computer, he's clicking the boxes.
Checking the boxes.
Normal, 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 normal,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And anything else we need to talk about? Nope. And that was pretty much it. 12, 13 minutes later, I'm checking myself out, giving them my $50 copay for that 12-minute visit.
Yeah, my
I'm
annual
out of
checkup
there.
this year was a little more thorough.
Oh,
Yeah.
was it?
Yeah, it was. But I'm good.
Yeah, that's good. Got to do that every now and then too.
Yep.
So here's the problem with that. If let's say that you're having trouble with mobility, walking, and you talk to your doctor because your back's killing you, or your legs, or your hip, or whatever, and you go and you try to get a subscription or a prescription for a cane or a walking assistance device, something. And he's going, "Yeah, okay, you go in for a cane, that's the office visit," and he's going through asking you questions, and he may prescribe you a cane or a walker or something, but in the notes, it may say, "Well, blood pressure's normal, this is normal, normal," and he doesn't follow through with any subnotes.
Right.
And
So it doesn't support your disability claim.
It
then.
doesn't support you. So medical records that show your disability has interfered with your ability to perform work activity. The notes have to go along with the condition that goes along with the prescription that got you the cane or the walker that helps you get around because you can't. All that's got to work together. Your primary care physician's records are absolutely the most important, not the person they send you to
Really?
with the disability system to go talk to their doctor. It's the records and the consistent records from a primary care physician.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
That's the person that knows you. My primary care guy has been with me for 10 years now. So you know what? We've kind of become friends. He knows me. He knows my wife. Knows who we are, and he's going to know if I'm having issues, and he's going to make notes in the file. Now, here's another reason why Social Security disability is denied: prior denials. So if you get denied once, don't reopen in 6 months a brand new case. You appeal your prior denial. Once you reopen another case, then you're convoluting the system. You're flooding the system with information that's different than the prior, and it's all going to be in your record anyway.
Keep it all together.
And so rather than file a new claim, you just appeal the one you've got. And crazy, but people make the mistake,
Really?
And they will file for Social Security disability every year or every other year, and they don't need to be doing that.
How does income play into the disability requests?
Technically, Social Security disability is not affected by your income. Supplemental Security Income, SSI, is. Now, the difference is when you're an SSI recipient, you're usually, due to a disability at a younger age or whatever, you're going to be on SSI, supplemental income, and they don't allow you to make a lot of money and be on supplemental income. Most of those folks are on the Medicaid end of things, receiving medical from Medicaid, things like that. Technically, Social Security disability doesn't matter how much money you make, but you got to remember, if you have the ability to make money and make a living, why do you need Social Security?
Right. No, that's the point. Yeah.
Right? But technically, it does not affect it. You might not be able to work as take your pick,
Stonemason.
But you may be able to answer a phone at an office for an attorney like yourself, right?
Right.
So, now, how does that all work? That's why we have Roy at the office. That's why we have you to consult with people and help them determine how do we proceed, or do we have a viable case, and how are we going to follow through?
Sure.
Now, Number 4, failure to follow treatment. You know, when you're having trouble and you're thinking you want to apply for disability because you're getting, tired of working, tired of the aches and pains. Who's been there? I've been there, done that. Mm-hmm. You can only take so much hydrocodone, right?
Right, yeah.
And so here's the problem. People don't follow the advice of their physician, their primary care physician. And if you're not willing to follow the advice for treatment, let's do this. Let's see if this will help your condition, things like that. And if you're not doing it, that's going to be in your record that you're failing to follow procedures, and that's going to show up in the hearing, and that's going to be a problem.
Shauna has a question. Yes, breakfast is in the chair, and it's a cinnamon roll that Bruce got from Storytime Coffee, and they get theirs, of course, from Time to Loaf. So,
yeah, here we go.
Yeah, there it is. There you go, Shauna. We answered your question right here live on the air.
Oh yeah, and hey, Storytime Coffee, they're another great place to go in Rogers.
For piping hot coffee.
That's right.
And, what you were talking about there about following your doctor's treatment, that applies to any time your medical records are going to be at issue. So personal injury cases.
That's right.
We get people all the time, we're filing a personal injury case, and they've not followed their doctor. They're like, well, I went to alternate treatment or did this, and I did this instead.
That's right.
And it just doesn't work as good.
Yeah, I mean,
follow the advice of your medical professionals.
Well, it's like, how many people have you given advice to and they didn't follow it? It's kind of aggravating.
It is. Well,
because sometimes we know solutions and they think they got.
It's only aggravating when you say, if you do this, this, and this, your case is going to go well, and they don't do any of that, and then they go, why did I lose? Well, because you didn't do what I told you. You didn't do what I told you to do. It's real simple.
Yeah, and so anyway. The last thing, failure to cooperate. All right, that's kind of where we're going to. You got to cooperate with the process. The process for disability approval is necessary. The documentation that is requested needs to be, handed over or obtained in a timely manner. Communication with your representative. Big thing that we've identified is a lot of times, and I won't mention names, but people will hire an attorney, not Will. Don't feel bad.
Well, I don't do this.
That's right.
This isn't my world.
Right. People will hire an attorney that will take their case and then not even look at it until the day of the hearing. And so I think that's kind of a problem. You got to cooperate, but you got to communicate. If your health changes, if your medical records change, if there's additional documentation that is necessary to be brought forth, those things got to be communicated to your representative. Now, at the Resource Center, we got an open line of communication. We've got support staff. We've got every avenue in the world for people to come by. We'll make a copy of something. We'll help them get the communication to the representative, Roy, to the Social Security to help determine their eligibility. We're willing to step forward. I see a huge need in Southwest Missouri for a good process in helping people get this done.
Well, and we love making processes. So
yeah, we do. And so 882-1800 and our Rogersville family. If you know of somebody that needs assistance, send them our way. Tell them to log into K-ROG. We're going to do some shows on this stuff and try to keep you guys informed. That's the whole deal.
Sounds good.
Right?
Thanks for coming out, Bruce. Appreciate you being here.
Hey, I'm going to work my way back down to Storytime, get some more coffee.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan. Stay safe, Rogersville. We'll see you next week.
See you.
Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC. AE Wealth Management and the Resource Center, Inc. are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Any references to protection, safety, or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products, never securities or investments. Insurance guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims-paying abilities of the issuing carrier. This podcast is intended for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be used as the sole basis for financial decisions, nor should it be construed as advice designed to meet a particular need of an individual situation. The Resource Center, Inc. is not permitted to offer, and no statement made during this podcast shall constitute tax or legal advice. Our firm is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or any governmental agency. The information and opinions contained herein, provided by third parties, have been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but accuracy and completeness cannot be guaranteed by the Resource Center, Inc. This podcast is a paid placement.